Welcome everyone to my favorite place in Pennsylvania, Workds End State Park. I'm your host, Dave Walker, and welcome to the 10th anniversary of Workds End Ultra Marathon. All right, how many repeat offenders do we have? Give me, oh no, make some noise. Oh, that's a lot. All right, how many newbies? Who's first time? It seems to be split down the middle. That's pretty good. All right, this year it's going to be fantastic. The weather is beautiful. It's rained all week as we mark the course, so I'm glad to take the punishment for you. So, since it's the 10th year, I'd like to go down some memory lane. So some of you will remember these things that happened over the last 10 years. The first year we put this event on, our start-finish line was up where the drop bags were. That morning, the timing company was supposed to drop the bibs off. Well, they never showed up because they were lost out in the forest. So we started the 100K by writing all the bib numbers on people's arms with markers. Now luckily, with about 5 minutes to spare, the company showed up and had bibs. We distributed those out in the last few minutes before we started. So we started a pretty rocky start to the race. We also did not flag with reflectors the first year. It also got very foggy in the evening. Trying to find flagging with no reflectors in a foggy night is not easy. I felt really bad for doing that to everyone. Lesson learned. Also the very first year, the bottom portion of the 100K was in the reverse direction. Now all you who are doing the 100K will go to Road Falls and climb Road Ladder, which is right next to the falls. And there's a cliff on one side. Well, the first year, everyone was running down in the dark towards the ladder. We used our brain the next year and reversed everything. So yes, we had a rocky first year, but everyone had fun and everyone was safe. We had the year of the heat wave, which was in the upper 90s, and it was brutal because the start of the week was very, very cool. By race day, it was extremely hot. I think that might have been our worst DNF rate that year. There was the year of the mud, where I thought the records were going to be solid, there was going to be no fast people. Of course, we had the 100K record broken by an hour. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. There's the story of the guy from Denmark. Came over, was running past Stones Pond. I don't remember the lady's name, but she was a local woman running near him. Well, there was a black bear on the trail. He freaked out, didn't know what to do. So he asked the lady, hey, what do we do with this black bear? She walked around him and started yelling at the bear. He freaked out and he started running back to the aid station. He did return and say, I've never thought about quitting a race because of a black bear or any kind of wildlife. So yes, there are black bears out there. There's also rattlesnakes. There's been plenty of wildlife to look at. The year that we had our youngest finisher, Jacob Kasich, 16, he did the 100K. He came back and finished it several more times. He's now just graduated this year with his PA degree. So it's just awesome just to see the amount of people over the years come here and just get to know everyone. It's like a family here, and I feel blessed just to be able to put this race on that you guys can enjoy, and I get to know you, and you get to know everyone else here. That's one of the true things about our sport, that we get to be a real community together as we explore the woods and suffer, which you will suffer tomorrow. And there's one last story I want to talk about. Christina Volsick, she came the one year and she was doing the 100K and decided, I can't do the 100K. I want to do the 50K. And I told her, no, you sign up for the 100K, that's what you do. That's what she did. Not only did she do the 100K, but she set the record for the women's 100K. She came back the next year and ran the 50K and set the record for the 50K the following year. So there's just so many cool things that have happened throughout the year. I'm just, looking back to the last 10 years of the things that have gone on, I'm just really happy that how many people have come back year after year. It's just been phenomenal. Oh, one last story. Who knows AJW? Mr. Western States. Mr. Western States came and earned his first DNF at World's End a few years ago. Out of 180 races he's done, he said he'd come back and do it and earn his buckle. He still hasn't come back. And he moved to Arizona. So maybe one day he'll come back and, redemption for his only DNF. That's I still talk to him. I still heckle him about not finishing. But now that it's been 10 years, this year I wanted to do something special for the people who have been here year after year, being volunteers, helping me put this race on. So this year I'm doing the Trusty Servant Award, and I'd like to recognize and have them come up here just to be recognized for their dedication for their work here at World's End. Now, who has seen World's End, the movie? Only a few people. All right. Well, in the movie, one of the taverns that they have to visit is called the Trusty Servant. So it's named after the Trusty Servant Tavern. All right, I want to invite our coordinators up here that have been with me pretty much from the beginning. We have Tom McNerney, Ben Mazer, Ashley Yeager, Adam and Amanda Quinton, Jason Dickinson, Joe Carpenter, and Travis Best. You guys are coming up here. So they're all getting the Trusty Servant mug. There are friends who did the mugs for purchase here. They made me these pretty sweet Trusty Servant bowls. So I do want to talk just a little bit about each of them. Tom McNerney, where's Tom? There's Tom. Tom, get up here. Tom McNerney ran the race the very first year. He was very angry at me because I didn't have any reflectors and it was foggy. And he stuck around, and now he's my logistics coordinator. He's the guy that gets all the stuff out to every aid station, and just all the moving of pieces happens through Tom. So thank Tom for getting those aid stations for you. Ben Mazer here, he's in his captain's uniform. Hey. He is now my co-director. Did you run this race? Yeah, he did. He ran it a few times. I don't remember anymore. But he's now my, he'd run, and then he would go work at an aid station after running. And now he's my co-director. I just thank Ben for all this hard work, keeping me in line, and this race moving forward each and every year. Thanks, Ben. Ashley behind me, she does all the social media. I didn't ask her to do it. She decided to do it one day, and she just kind of stuck. She's been here since year one. Since year one, she's been here for 10 years, doing all the miscellaneous items of food prep and coffee and going around the course and social media. So thanks, Ashley. Where are the Quintons at? Oh, there's the Quintons. Adam and Amanda have been here a staple. They're the ones who make all the food here for the finish line. They slave through the year buying pork and all the rest of the stuff they need to do the smoking of the pulled pork. And all that food, they make it. Most of it's not store-bought, so it's made by these guys right here. And just thank them because the food's really good. They also keep me on track. I don't eat during the day, but they come feed me, which is really important. Is Jason Dickinson here? Where's Jason? All right, he may not be here. I know Joe's not here. Is Travis here? Yep. Oh, there's Travis. Travis, this guy right here, Travis Best, he is our amateur radio coordinator. He coordinates all of our safety stuff that's going on out on the course. So when you're checking in, he's logging it here at the incident management unit and tracking everyone who's making it when, who's dropping, who's missing. Every year we have one person that goes missing and we have to go find them. But Travis has been such a stellar coordinator for me since the first year, and every year since he's just upped his game. And just thank you, Travis, for all the safety stuff that you do. And talking about amateur radio, we got three guys that are not here tonight, but I want to recognize Bob Brown, Isaac Jr., and forgot to write the third one. But there's three guys who've been here every year. Dale Brendel, that's it. They've been here every year with the radio guys. They show up, they hang out, take your bib numbers, fantastic. One of the things that we need here is safety, because if you guys are lost or hurt out there, we gotta get you extracted. The other guys who coordinate all of that. So for our volunteers, we've got a small list here. We got Brad and Sue Albert, Jen DeVore, Brad Basin, Bob Stout and his kids, Patrick Sashi, Jessica Valley Pratt, Jordan Bauer, and Sarah Ireland. There's a few of them. I don't know if they're all here. Some of them are working already. There's Jen. Is Brad and Sue? Brad and Sue help me pretty much every race we do. The World's End, when they do Black Forest. They lead the charge at an aid station every year. They're fantastic people. We've got Jen DeVore. Where's Jen? There's Jen. Jen is at what we call the graveyard. That's Runnerdale. When you get there, you'll know why it's called the graveyard. She will take care of you. And she'll put you in the casket and send you back here if you can't make it. So thanks Jen and her kids are fantastic too. Brad Basin, there's Brad back here. He's got Basin Coffee. He comes to make coffee and then he helps out all day. So it's just fantastic, the community of people that just show up and want to work each and every year so far? Every year, yeah, he's been here for 10 years. Patrick Sashi, he's been running and then crewing an aid station every year, and now he does Fern Rock. That's his baby. If you make it to Fern Rock, he'll take care of you, but you won't spend much time there because he's going to kick you out really fast. Jessica and Valerie Pratt usually do High Knob, and they're back this year. I don't think they're here. No, they're not here. And Jordan and Sarah work in various roles throughout the race. So thanks to all these people who have been here as a staple for 10 years. All right, quickly. Who knows the youngest runner this year? Any guesses? No guesses? Right there, oh, there he is, 16. 16. Our oldest runner is 70 this year. We have an odd year this year. We only have one international runner. We usually have much more. But Chris Stevens is our only international runner. There he is. He keeps coming back for the punishment. I don't know why. I noticed that we have one person from Florida and one person from Illinois. Did you know that Pennsylvania has hills and rocks? I don't know why you signed up. All right, let's talk about course markings quickly. You're going to find a whole bunch of these hanging on the trees. If it's going to be a nighttime section for anyone, you're going to find these reflective ribbons at the end of the ribbon. It's really easy. It's like a runway out there at the nighttime. They are marked about 120 feet or my paces, or if you take it of your left foot, it's about 60. I literally count while I'm running the entire time. So they're pretty even, all right? Now my legs are a bit longer, so it might be 70 paces for you. But they're pretty even. Once you get off of butternut and you start up here, they're very even. If you're running and you haven't seen a flag for a while, what do? Turn around. Actually, what you could do first is start counting. And if you haven't seen one in 70 paces, count again. And if you really haven't seen any, then turn around. Sometimes you're going to see these signs out there. Left turn. Which way will you turn? Oh, perfect. You'll be surprised. If it's a right, you turn right. Now, sometimes on the course, especially in here in the spaghetti in the state park, you can see other parts of the course. But if the sign says turn right, just look to the right and you'll see a ribbon. You know what you should do? Turn right and go to that ribbon. If you see one across the creek, don't go through the creek trying to find that ribbon. Just follow this, all right? I'm telling you, people will do it every year. If it says go straight, what should you do? You should go straight. If it says wrong way, what should you do? Turn around. Now, if you come up to a sign that looks like this, what do you think you did wrong? You turn around, go back, because you come to the trail markers in the wrong direction. All right? You'll always come to a sign looking at it. If you get to a sign and it's facing away from you and you decide to go look at it, you're wrong. All right? I've seen this happen with my own eyes. And I say, why did you not just turn around? Well, I went around it. No. You will always be facing, it'll be like right there in front of your face, okay? We'll go through the trail real quick. First, we're going to start on butternut. Butternut, I like to call bust-a-nut, because you'll find out why. You 100K people will do it in the dark, and it will feel miserable starting a race like this. But that's okay. You'll get over it. Once you come back down from butternut, which is a lollipop, by the way, once you go through the cabin area and you get through the loop, you'll take the lower road, you'll come back around, you'll take the stick back down. The symbol will stand there and tell you to go down the hill. It's a V right here at the bridge. There's going to be ribbon going all the way across the trail. Let me tell you something. Don't go around the ribbon. Okay, I've watched this also. It's there to block you from going that way. Just turn around and follow the ribbon going up the hill. Don't go around the ribbon that's strung out across the trail. That's bad. Okay, bad, don't do it. All right, this year it's rained a whole bunch. Once you pick your way through the rocks, the high rock, make it to your first aid station. You'll be on the plateau and it's easy running, except for there's a lot of mud up there. I'm going to tell you, you're going to waste a lot of time if you're going to try to pick your way through all the non-muddy sections. Just don't do it. Just run straight through it. Or you find a little path that goes next to it. Don't try to save your feet. You're not going to save your feet. Trust me. You're going to be really angry with yourself because you've lost 15 minutes of just picking through stuff in the mud when you're going to get to sections where there is no picking through stuff, and it's going to suck. So, just start the race off right. Just go through the mud. It's fun. The second aid station is no longer at Stones Ponds. Who's doing a 50K? All right, no crew at at Onion Hole. There's not enough room. You all got the email, just follow that. There's not enough room to go over the Iron Bridge, it's a one-lane bridge. And you're 50K, you don't need it, you're good. So don't have your crew going out there. If your crew's out there and all the 100K is already done and the 50K crew's out there, we're going to ask them to leave anyhow. So just don't send your crew out there. Have them come here and meet you at the state park. Once you leave Onion Hole across the bridge, you got some real pretty running along Willisall Creek. You got some climbing, you got some rocks. You'll end up here in the spaghetti section. You'll make it to aid station 4. Then through the park, a lot of you might be asking, why is it 3 miles to the next aid station? You'll find out tomorrow. There's a lot of climbing. So super pretty, taking all the waterfalls, all the cascades, and you're gonna make up to the top, to Canyon Vista, taking the view. I'm telling you, just do it. It's super pretty up there. When you leave Canyon Vista, you're gonna make your way to Coal Mine Road, cross it, you'll be in Coal Mine Loop, you'll get to that aid station. If you're a 50K-er, at that aid station, you're gonna turn right and you're gonna go down World's End Trail back to the park. If you're 100K, you're gonna go straight through and continue on the lower loop. When the 100K people come back, maybe the front runners might get there before the aid station's taken down. But when you get back there, you're gonna go straight onto World's End Trail. All right, 100K, straight through the first time. When you loop back, you're coming on a different trail. You'll go straight through and down the hill. There'll be signs and ribbons out there so you don't get lost. It's usually it's not an issue, but some people will recognize where they're at, and then when they go where they came, they'll get confused. Don't be confused. There was an aid station there at one point, but there's no longer an aid station. You're gonna make your way to High Knob for the 100K. Then the fun really begins when you get down past High Knob. You'll get to Old House, you'll be cursing me. You're gonna get the Dutters, you'll curse me. And then you'll get to Old Bark, and you'll curse me. It's really crappy up there. The rain has just been really bad. All spring, it's just rain. So Old Bark is basically a bog. Again, you're not gonna save your feet. They can get trashed. Once you get back on the LT, we're gonna go all the way back down to the lowest point of the course, which is Brunnerdale. You'll meet Jen there. She has Fireball to take away the pain. If you get there and you feel pretty good, excellent. If you feel like death warmed over, you might be in the graveyard and getting the hearse ride back. I forgot to tell you, 100K people. If you get the dry run and you think, man, I don't know if I can make it to Brunnerdale, don't go. Just don't go. Because trying to extract you out of there or waiting hours for you to get to Brunnerdale is no fun for anyone. Make a decision. Once you get the dry run, 100K people, do you think realistically you're going to make it there? If you think, man, I don't think I can, then don't go. Because it'll be miserable because we can't get you out. It's you walking, and it's going to be really miserable. So, Brunnerdale, we're going to climb to the highest point on the course after mile 50. You'll make your way all the way to Fern Rock. At Fern Rock, it's smooth sailing. You're going to just run as hard as you can to get back to the state park. 100K and 50K people, when you get close to the finish line, the world just drops off, and the downhill is brutal. Some people like to scoot on their butt on the way down, and that's no joke. So, I forgot some other course marking. This year we're trying something new. We have these pucks here. In the start of the race, we'll have these pucks marking out to Butternut because there's not much you can flag out here. So you're going to follow these. When you come back, These will all be moved to the finish line. Basically, as you get off the mountain, you'll follow these back to the finish. There's a couple spots near Fern Rock that will have these to help you when you cross the road at night. So if you see these, they'll probably look like this. So if you see these, this is where you want to go. This is your friends, okay? All right, last things we got on my list. Oh, one more thing about the course. Between the first aid station and the second aid station, you're going to climb Alpine Falls. It's a blue trail that dead ends, and then we just keep going up. And you will literally climb right against the falls. And then you turn, there's no trail, you're just going to make a trail. Just follow the flags. And you'll have to go straight up the rest of the way to the campsite that's there. Alpine Falls is awesome. And you'll be like, this is great. But why is that RDA such a jerk? Because it's such a pretty place. So, yeah, you'll get to the top there. It may look sketchy. It is sketchy, but do it anyhow. Just like Bird Falls, you climb a ladder and it looks sketchy. It's sketchy, but do it anyhow. All right, so my last thing I got for you is my 3 S's. My sponsors, my support, and my safety. So we don't have very many sponsors, but I do have a few. Basin Coffee, Brad Basin, who's been here every year with his coffee. For safety, we have AT&T FirstNet. They bring their mobile assets up that our crews can use it's on the first responder network, so you guys can't get on it. But, as you've probably noticed, there's not much cell service up here. So they have been such nice people to come up. They bring 2 mobile towers that they set up here and give us a whole bunch of equipment to use. So that way we can communicate and keep you safe. Our sweepers have phones. So if you find a sweeper and you're in trouble, they have contact with Travis Best, who does our EMS and communications. So thank you to FirstNet for bringing thousands of dollars worth of equipment up here for the race. Thank DCNR, of course, we are in State Park and State Forest, and they're such kind hosts most of the time. For those who know of my troubles this year. But here we are, we're here at the beautiful State Park, and the staff up here, if you talk to the staff, they're wonderful. So if you guys have anything, crews, you can stop at the State Park office. They will help you. They're fantastic people. The Alpine Club maintains the LT, the Lowestoft Trail, which Tom and I are part of. And they come out every spring and help us clear the trail for you guys. We have our amateur radio crews, we have our EMS crews. It's all the support that they give us. And of course our volunteers that come out every year. To give those guys a round of applause. As you know, if we don't have volunteers and support, we don't have a race. So does anyone have a question? I'll field them now. Who's ready? Are you sure? All right, I got it. I'll try to do it for a half hour. Okay, almost on the nose. If there's any questions, you come talk to me. So, guys, good luck. I'll see you tomorrow morning. 3:30 for 100K people.